You're welcome. Good to go.
Thank you, Roger. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everybody and welcome. I will call to order this regular meeting of the Lawrence County Commissioners. Today is Tuesday, May 5 of 2026. I'll note that we are live streaming the meeting and it's also being recorded. Would request if you have an electronic communication device, if you'd please put it on vibrate or silent. We would appreciate your doing that. We always begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'd ask you to remain standing for a moment of silence. And Mr. Kennedy, could you lead us in the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. We'll have a moment of silence. Thank you, everybody. Roll call. Ryan, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Sonato?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. So we do have a quorum. I'll note that at every meeting, we set aside time for public comment. One opportunity will be in just a few moments, and then prior to adjournment, we will reopen it for any other public comment. If you wish to comment, we would ask that you try to limit your time to about 5 minutes and that your comments be related to county government matters. We appreciate anybody who wishes to make a comment. This time, actually, I'll move forward with that. We have row officer reports and comments on the agenda, but none of our row officers are here. I should note under public comment as well, you're welcome to make comment both times. If you want to just speak once, that's fine. Or if you're just here to listen, that's equally fine. So if you do have a comment, if you could enter your name for the record, and we'll hear what you have to say. So we do have an honored guest, Al Burek, who is the township manager in Chenango Township. And Mr. Burek, if you have a public comment, sure, we would welcome it. All right.
Thank you, guys. So I'm here on behalf of Chenango Township. What we're requesting is that since the merger has been completed, we're requesting Chenango Township and South Newcastle Borough to be basically a double shot of liquid fuel money from the county. The merger was successful, but what we realized is there's not a lot of carrots from the state or anywhere for doing the merger. We were lucky enough to have a stamp grant, which provided the township $65,000 towards legal and the new zoning for the town, for the township of the borough at the merger side of it, or up to the merger. But now the merger's completed, like there's no true benefit the state actually gives you for merging. So we're trying to find any way that we can to try to circumvent the what the township's brought on. Because as I was also the manager for the borough for the last 4 years, and their budget was tight, and we didn't have a lot of money up there for roads, and we relied a lot on the liquid fuel money from the county, and we relied on CDBG funds from the county to do most of the paving up there over the last 10 years. So most of the roads up there are in less than great condition. This year's paving project from Chenango Township is actually addressing most of the roads in South Newcastle Borough. We are going to resurface every road up there except for Hannah and Northview, which were both, except for South Jefferson and Northview, which both were paved in the last 2 years. So every other road in the borough is going to get resurfaced in this year's project, because in order to save these roads, you have to keep up with them. And it's the best way we can seem fit to try to do that is to try to focus all of our energy right now in South Newcastle area. So that's my request from the township.
Thank you. And you know, I think what adds to your challenge is that the topography, the fact the borough in large part is built on a hillside.
Yes.
And water runs downhill, and when you get a lot of water running downhill, that tends to tear things up.
It does,
So that's
absolutely.
put a real strain on your effort to upkeep the streets in the former borough. I do know that in the past, you were correct. Give the former borough officials credit. Oftentimes, they would apply for CDBG funding, and we were able to help them. And they were pretty consistent, as you folks have been, in applying for liquid fuel dollars. I'm glad Amy McKinney is here from the planning office. Amy has helped us with sending out the correspondence to each municipality for this year's liquid fuel allocation. The deadline to apply was April 30.
Correct.
And I don't mean to put you on the spot. Do you have a rough idea as to how many applications you received?
Rough idea, maybe 15 to 17. I don't have an exact count. So I meant to work on that yesterday, but
You had some issues in your.
But to what Al's saying too, though, remember with South Newcastle Borough being, they are no longer eligible to apply for CDBG for the county. And even though they added population, they've probably only got $100 to $200 more in their CDBG allocation of the township. It's not a lot. So they're not getting anything additional from the state, even though they've added, other population.
Let me ask this question as it relates to the correspondence. I know you'll need time to check on this. Shenango Township, I assume,
They
sent
did
you
submit
folks a letter.
Yep.
Did, to your knowledge, either of you, did the letter include any language to the effect of what you're asking for?
It did not, no.
Would it be advisable, do you think, for them to revise their letter and amend it to include that request? Do you think that's necessary for record-keeping purposes? And I'm pretty much asking Amy this question.
I don't think it's necessary since he's stating this in a public meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Thank you.
Sure.
When do you anticipate coming to us? I assume you're gonna put them all together on a spreadsheet.
I'm working on putting them all together in a spreadsheet, and I sent Ryan an email to schedule a meeting with you hopefully next week or the week after, but I'm waiting for Dave Prestifine's schedule. He has not let me know when he's available
I
yet,
see.
so I'm gonna follow up with him today. He was off yesterday.
So more than likely in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Keep in mind.
Ideally next week or the week after.
And we don't meet on the, what day would that be, the 19th? We won't have a meeting that day, that's primary election day.
Okay.
But thank you I'm glad you're here today to help us with
Yep.
some of this background. I'm gonna see if Mr. Kennedy has any questions for Mr. Burek.
No, I think your buddy called me last night and I talked to
Yeah, he
him.
did tell me that.
He filled me in on what and how the fire department works. Like, you're not losing any money because you joined with South Newcastle for the fire department. So when he told me that and was explaining it to me, I said, well, to me, if we said no, we'd be penalizing you guys for taking on South Newcastle Road. And I don't know what happens if you guys would have said no. Does the county end up with that? If South Newcastle says we don't want to be a borough anymore? Or what happens? Do you know what happens?
Well, they had to take it in front of, it was a referendum, was it
It was a
not?
Yes.
referendum, yes.
And both voters in both municipalities had to say yes. If, I see where you're going with this.
If
If-
Shenango would have voted no,
Yeah,
South Newcastle would have still stayed
They
as a
still-
borough. They just would have been in the same situation where and they actually couldn't do the referendum for another 5 years.
Right.
So they would have had the same situation, would have been all appointed officials.
and their only other option, since the only other municipality they border physically is the city of Newcastle.
Yes, correct.
But as you said, they would have had to have waited 5 years for a potential merger with the city, because the township surrounds them on those three sides. Not even Taylor. Taylor doesn't touch the borough, so that's a good point though that you make. Anything else, Mr.
No,
Kennedy?
not at all.
Mr. Sonata?
So I know how the fire department worked. We did that in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
That was my committee that did that. We actually did have a provision. If they merged, they would continue to get that for a certain amount of time. I can't recall the number of years after that, but there is a number of years that they would get it for a while. So
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I think it's points that we're going to have a discussion definitely see this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what we'll end up having to do, Mr. Burek, and I'm sure you already understand all this, but we will take the number of applications and divide that into whatever dollar amount we have to allocate. And because in the recent years, the allocation to each municipality has been consistent. Each municipality has received the same amount. So, no, I appreciate, and it's now part of the record, as Amy said. From where you sit, you don't feel they need to modify their written request since it's part of this record. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? Mr. Burek, anything else?
So that's it. Thank you, guys.
Sir, you're welcome to stay.
I
know you're-
will, yes.
Oh, good.
I will.
Okay. I know you're a busy man if you have to head out.
No, thank
We
you.
have a fairly short agenda today, if I quit talking. Thank you, Mr. Burek.
Thank
Are there any other public comments at this time? Hearing none. Under fiscal and contractual, we have warrant registers, also known as check reconciliation registers, from the county controller's office. It's a listing of the payments that have been made by the county dated April 28, April 29, and April 30. To my colleagues, gentlemen, take whatever time you need to look them over, and once you've done so, I could take a motion for us to accept these documents.
I've already looked them over, so Chris, I'll make a motion to accept.
I've looked them over as well, and I will second that motion.
Gentlemen, thank you both. Do either of you have any questions or concerns? Okay, thank you. Ryan, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Also in our packet would be the minutes of the April 28 Commissioners meeting. Once again, Chris and Dan, take whatever time you need to look them over, and once you've done so, I could accept a motion for us to adopt the minutes.
I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes.
I'll second.
I thank you both, and if there are no concerns, we'll ask Ryan to call the roll.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under written communications, we have 3 documents that we'll enter into the record today. The first is from, I hope I pronounced this right, Slider Design, based out of Lamont Furnace, Pennsylvania, which I think is out in Center County. They are writing on behalf of AMG Titanium, It's a company located, actually they have 2 locations in our county, if I'm not mistaken, one in Union Township, one in Neshannock Township. This document is specific to a project they are undertaking at their Neshannock Township site in the Northgate Circle Industrial Park. The project includes the construction of a manufacturing and office building, 2 new parking lots, installation of new utilities, stormwater piping and inlets, and construction of 2 subsurface infiltration chamber systems. And they have included in their letter to us, specifically it was to the County Planning Commission, the county notification of the planned land development form and the new site plan. Amy, I would assume that this document would, I assume, also go from them to the Neshannock supervisors.
It
Do
should.
you think that's a fair assumption?
That should be.
Okay, but that's, to me, that sounds like good news if they're going to build a new manufacturing and office building. I'll see if you have any comments on this.
None. Just that, it's going up on the Mitchell Road side of the parks.
That's good news. Thank you. Mr. Sonata?
No.
Thank you. The next document is from Erica Chalala, who resides at 259 Classic Lane in Neshannock Township. And she is advising us, this is Act 14 notification. It's required by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. This is for the reissuance of a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System permit for sewage at 259 Classic Lane in Neshannock Township. And then finally, from the Lawrence County Conservation District, They are noting that they are informing us of their intent to submit an application to the Department of Environmental Protection to obtain a general permit, Chapter 105, GP1, which is a fish enhancement structure. We don't get many of those. This is for, located along the Slippery Rock Creek stream bank between 216 Rose Point Harlansburg Road and 190 Rose Point Harlansburg Road in the township of Slippery Rock, and it's for stream bank devices and fish habitat structures. Very interesting. Gentlemen, any questions on these last two pieces of correspondence? Mr. Sanada?
No.
Mr. Kennedy?
None.
Thank you. Would one of you wish to make a motion for us to accept these documents?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you both. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sanado?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you, Ryan. Under the next item on our agenda would be commissioner reports and comments. And Mr. Kennedy, you're first today.
Guess what? I have nothing because I wasn't here last week. Debbie and I took a much needed vacation for her, so she had fun.
Just for her?
Yeah.
Well, we missed you. We missed you. It was not the same without you here, Dan, and welcome back.
We had a great time.
Well, it was well deserved. It's good to have you back. Mr. Sanada.
I actually had a very busy weekend. Had an opportunity to go out your neck of the woods, Commissioner Kennedy, at the park out there in New Wilmington Borough. They had their piece of the park, and it was an annual event. The Rotary of New Wilmington puts it on. And, fortunately, the weather was a little cold on Saturday, and but people still turned out. It was nice to see the students and the Rotary out there, very active group in the Wilmington area. So got an opportunity to do that, and I got to do the bike proclamation for ABAID up at the courthouse. They came, and despite the weather, we probably had at least 15 bikers, and it was a nice ceremony. I've done it for many years. I know Chairman Roker, you're usually there. Commissioner Kennedy, you did that last year, and it's a nice event with ABAID. The goal with that is to promote motorcycle safety and make people aware with the nice weather coming. So did that, and I went out to Shenango in your neck of the woods, had an opportunity to visit the new Custom Barber Lounge out in Shenango Commons, and it was really nice to see, especially the young barbers that are out there. They're all trained through Cut Creations, and they're growing that business. They have a site in the city of Newcastle. Now they're growing out to Shenango. So the Rakovich family, I commend them. I think it's good to see that. It's another good addition to the plaza out in Shenango Township. And I ended my day down in Cottle with the formerly Big Brother, Big Sister. It's Cray Youth and Family Services. They had their 32nd annual bowl-a-thon. Unfortunately, in Lawrence County, we have no bowling alleys.
Was this at Sims?
Yes, it was at Sims Lane down in, I believe it was Cottle.
Big Beaver.
Big Beaver, you're right. Yeah, I keep
Close.
You were close. But yeah, I was down in Sims. And, the good part was they had 26 teams all from Lawrence County were there, and they raised a lot of money to help the mentoring program, which is theoretically Big Brothers, Big Sisters for the kids. So that was where I spent my time. And then on Sunday, I had the opportunity to go out to the Home to Homeless for the Humane Society, which was another nice, good to see a nice large turnout to help the homeless animals in Lawrence County. And that event seemed to be a success as well. We didn't have the best weather this weekend, but people still turned out. They were all good charitable organizations. That's pretty much where I spent my weekend. So,
Well, we appreciate you representing us, Commissioner. Let's see. Let me note that tomorrow night is a very special night here in our community, and I think all three of us are able to attend. Janet Filatico is retiring after many years of service as initially the assistant director and then the director of the Lawrence County, Visit Lawrence County, I still say Tourist Promotion Agency. She is planning to retire. They're having a reception for her at the cathedral tomorrow evening. And I served on that board many years ago, and Commissioner Sanada currently serves on that board. The nice thing is that the transition is going to be seamless. Ginny Colella is the new director. She's been the assistant director, deputy director. And they both have such positive attitudes and such enthusiasm and such energy. So the organization is a strong one, and it's going to be a stronger one now too as they move forward. Since you're on the board, do you have anything you wish to say?
No, I've worked with Janet, God, for 20-some years. Joanne before Janet, and Joanne trained Janet, Janet's training Jenny, and it's been always a smooth transition. That agency has grown so much over the last, I would say, 25 years. There's just so much, going on in the community and with Visit Lawrence County, and we're very well connected in the state. Janet was responsible for getting that grant that brought Hog Mandel to Newcastle this year. So, they're not sitting back, they're going after the grants, they're going after ways to promote the county. And I wish Janet the very best. I know she's going to still check in on them occasionally for the rest of the year. Because her expertise, that's institutional knowledge. You don't ever, you want to tap into that institutional knowledge. I can't say enough about Janet. Like I said, I've always had a good working relationship as a legislator and as a commissioner sitting on that board. And by sitting on that board, you even get a better perspective. You have a diverse group in the community. They sit on that board, and they're continuously working. People don't realize a lot of times they're even there on the weekends, or they're out in the community doing those type of things. So, as you said, Mr. Chairman, I think the transition is going to be very smooth. Jenny's come a long way with that, with that agency, and I think she's going to do a great job. And the other young lady down there as well. So that's pretty much what I have to say, and I'm going to wish Janet the best.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, any comments? Thank you very much. The only other thing I'd like to bring up, gentlemen, really no appropriate time during the meeting. I figured now is just as good as any. Next Tuesday, the three of us have been invited to a function at UPMC Jameson that starts at 10:30. And we had an informal discussion indicating amongst ourselves that it's probably a good idea for us to go. That's one of our largest employers in the county. What it would necessitate, assuming you gentlemen are willing to do so, would, I think our best bet might be to start our meeting an hour early next week at 9 o'clock instead of 10. That would give us enough time to conduct our business and then make it up to the hospital. Do you have any objection to that?
No.
Okay, thank you. Likewise, you're.
No objection. I concur with you. It's important that we're there. They are our largest employer, and they've come a long way.
Doesn't cause you any issue if we start?
I'll actually be at the annual administrators
For CCAP.
for CCAP next week, so
Okay.
I will not be here. So.
That's quite all right. Ryan, since we've all pretty much agreed that we could start our meeting next Monday or next Tuesday at 9 a.m., would you be kind enough to put together the appropriate legal ad so we're in conformance with the Sunshine Law?
Yes, I can.
Thank you so much for that. So once again, this board will meet at 9 a.m. next Tuesday. And as we mentioned earlier, and it really snuck up on me, I don't know about you fellas, but 2 weeks from today is Election Day. And traditionally, and this year's no exception, the courthouse will be open on Election Day, but traditionally this board has not met because we also serve as the Board of Elections. And in fact, that gives me and I think it's listed here, the election board will actually meet on Monday, May 18 at 1:30. It's a public meeting in this room. But we will recess that meeting and then be available if any issues arise that we can pull ourselves together as the election board. So there will not be a commissioners meeting on May 19, but the courthouse will be open. So well, thank you for all of that, gentlemen. Any other final comments before we move along? Thank you very much. We have a couple of items to consider this morning. The first one comes from the planning office, and Amy McKinney, the director, is with us. Amy, if you'd like to come up front, please. What number do we assign this one? Do you know, Ryan?
Number 80.
80. Thank you. And we're here to talk about progress on the county strategic plan. And I'll let you, I think you've settled in on an organization that will assist with that plan, but I'll let you give us all the details.
Sure. So the county is in the process, we're starting the process to update the county comprehensive plan, which is we're required to do that every 10 years. We received funding from the Department of Community Economic Development. And so we sent out an RFP, request for proposals, to a number of consulting firms. We held interviews, it was me, Rebecca, Mary, and Max Frederick from Fort Lawrence sat on the panel. And we all came to the conclusion that we would like to recommend that the commissioners enter into a contract with Strategic Solutions, which is John Trant, who also is Michigan Township's consultant. He's also partnering with Paschik and E Holdings, which are two other planning firms that will concentrate on public engagement, then the greenways, and affordable and housing for us. I've worked with both of those firms as well. They've actually both done work in the county too. So all in all, we felt they were the best fit, the best team to do the comp plan for the county. The contract will be between Strategic Solutions and the county for an amount not to exceed $150,000. And I've looked over the contract and Jason was okay with it as well. Did you get a copy of it?
I have not
Okay,
yet.
great. I wasn't sure if you had it, so I had Jackie print another one yesterday. So if you guys pass the resolution, the contract is there for you to sign. And once they sign off on it, we'll get ready to start.
Thank you for your work on this so far and the due diligence. And let me ask you this before I turn it over to my colleagues. What do you see as the very next step in this process?
Well, once we send the contract back to them, we'll probably have a kickoff meeting internally with them to get a schedule started. It'll be about an 18-month process. So we'll kind of get together with John and his team, Kyle, and start putting together a plan of attack, because that's the next step right now. We do have a steering committee that we reached out to the members of the community, asking them to sit on that steering committee. Everybody has agreed except for one. They're just not able to do it right now. They don't have the time to do it. So we're kind of started here, but not fully.
And I'm glad you mentioned the steering committee. Maybe you've already talked to Solicitor Medora, but the appointment of those people, I'm assuming may have to go through a public meeting. That's my
It never
assumption.
has before, but I can check with him.
Yeah, could you please?
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I'll respect the lawyer's advice, but I'd be a little more comfortable if we did take action at a public meeting. Having Mr. Burek here raises a question. I know that we were making an effort to find people from throughout the county.
Yeah, I did ask for recommendation from somebody from Shenango Township, but I never received any input back on that, so.
Okay, I'd like to, and Al, since you're here, if maybe you could give some thought to someone from your township that might be willing and have the time to serve.
Possibly, yes.
I had names, but in my head. But there are people that are already involved in a lot too, so I was trying to think of other people that possibly,
I'm going to ask maybe somewhat of a sensitive question because his mother just passed away. Ken Langford is Ken.
The first thing that came to my mind, honestly.
Ken was on the last,
Was he on 10 years ago?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Is Ken still doing things with your township?
Not so much right now, or over the last 3 or 4 years, but I think that he would still be a great representative for Shenango Township. He has so much knowledge.
Oh, I have a lot of respect for Ken. I don't know if either of my colleagues know him. His wife, Sue, worked for Judge Motto.
And I'm pretty sure he was on the last one.
Well, and again, sadly, his mother, Betty, just passed away. How about if we give that some thought?
Sure. And it's something like, but if you want me to pass something officially in a public meeting, I will need to have that list fairly quick, just because we do want to get started, and one of the very first things we do is a kickoff meeting with our steering committee, so.
I'd feel a little more comfortable if we ran it through a public meeting. But
I would too.
would you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Absolutely.
I've asked enough questions. Mr. Sanada?
No, I just think that, had this discussion, and I think you've got a good diverse group.
Yeah, we do.
If I recall, we're not really going after public officials, we're going out
No.
to people in the community.
No, and everybody's in the community, there is one person that does not reside in the county, but no reason, and I asked Lily from SPC to be a part of it, just for her knowledge of, and we did that last time.
Right.
But last time we did that, the person from SPC actually happened to be a resident,
Is that
but having that knowledge and that expertise from somebody in the region, so somebody from SPC, it might not always be Lily, it might be an alternate, just to have them be able to participate, that is very helpful for us. Actually, last time we did it was very helpful because then we ended up doing the 422-65 corridor with them for Shenango and Newcastle, so.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have someone from SPC because their background and knowledge,
Right.
because you're gonna have a lot of people, diverse group in the community, but a lot of them aren't experts on this. And we have someone who.
No, I know exactly what you're
You
gonna say.
know where I'm going?
Yeah,
Not
so I was
not
just
split
thinking
hairs, but
Northwest,
should we
I could
have
ask-
somebody from Northwest?
I'd be happy to ask, if it's okay with you gentlemen, Jen Sheehan. Because Jen always asks me to sit on her ranking, to rank all her Greenways block grant, so she owes me a favor.
I'd feel better if we had both.
I'm fine with that.
I like the idea, Chairman, I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Thank you. Do you have other questions for Amy?
No, I just think that, the idea of having SPC, like you said, is important. I think that those two can be, if we have two people from both segments, I think that really would help out the steering committee.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can ask Jen or even Dr. Delaney if she's interested too, so I'll reach out and see. And they can always piggyback, send one time and one
That's
another
true.
time, we'll have that
They have a lot of knowledge.
knowledge
That's
with
what-
DEP and, ARC, Dr. Delaney has that, so.
Mr. Kennedy, questions for Amy?
No, I have no problem at all with strategic solutions. We did it with, Florida Alliance, and they did a great job.
To keep in mind too, in terms of steering committees, we're also gonna be, we will be creating a steering committee for the Quaker Falls master site plan, we have a list started there. That's a little bit more centrally located, not countywide thing. But then also the Veterans Park project down here, we'll need to get a steering committee together too, so. Keep thinking about names, if you think of them, just email them to me, and I'll keep a little track of it, so.
Very good. Well, thank you for everything. And Dan kind of brought it full circle because what we're acting on right
Yes.
now is specifically this contract with Strategic Solutions. They're based in Pittsburgh. And they would, in this agreement, would allow them to work with the planning office and the steering committee for the update of the comprehensive plan. So thank you, Dan. Could I have a motion for Resolution 80?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any other questions? Amy, anything else you need to add?
No, I appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sanada?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
And Amy, I'll be announcing at the end of the meeting that since you're here, my understanding is that there will not be a county planning commission meeting
No,
this month.
no meeting this month,
Okay,
next one will be in June, so
very good.
it's hard to believe it's May, so.
Sure is.
Thank you,
Thanks for your time.
have a good day.
Take care, Amy. Children and Youth Services, Donald Andrews is with us. Welcome back, sir. It's always good to have you here. Today you have one contract with Family Links, Inc., based in Allegheny County. And I'll let you fill us in if it's a renewal or whatever information you could share with us.
Yes, thank you. This is a new contract for 2025-2026 fiscal year. It's relatively simple. We had a youth who came into care that none of our contracted providers were able to accept into their programs. Family Links was able to accept and accommodate the child, and the judge did issue a court order placing the child there. So we're just here with the contract so that we can issue payment.
Thank you for that. Mr. Kennedy, questions for Donald? Mr. Sanada?
No.
This is Resolution 81. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Donald, thanks for your patience this morning, and thanks for bringing this to our attention. Will we see you next week?
Well,
Wonderful. All right. Take care.
thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have two transfer requests. The first is from our Information Technology Department. They are asking for a $3,000 transfer from within their budget coming, the amount is $3,000. It comes out of the maintenance and repair line item and it goes into office minor equipment. And District Judge, I believe this is Judge Russo. Thank you, Joe. It's a $20,000 transfer, again, from within their budget, coming out of office major and going into office minor. Mr. Sonata, any questions?
No.
Mr. Kennedy?
None.
Thank you. May I have a motion for both of these requests?
I'll make a motion for both.
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now for announcements, I'll note that this Board of Commissioners will meet a week from today in public on Tuesday, May 12, 10 a.m. I'll note that on the 19th, did I miss something?
9 a.m.
Oh, thank you. How soon I forget. Thanks, Chris. I truly apologize.
It's that getting old stuff.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's getting worse and worse. Thanks again. Next week's meeting is at 9 a.m., not 10 a.m., in this room open to the public. The Planning Commission meeting that was scheduled for Wednesday, May 13, has been canceled. The Board of Commissioners will convene as the election board for a special meeting on Monday, May 18 of 2026 at 1:30 in this room, open to the public. And then on the 19th of May, which is a Tuesday, the courthouse will be open, but the Board of Commissioners will not hold a public meeting on the 19th. That takes us to any public comment. And Mr. Burek, you're our public.
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. Closing comments from my fellow commissioners, Mr. Kennedy.
None.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sonata? I'll note if Debbie Wachter is watching, we'll have your packet upstairs for you, Debbie. Joe or Ryan, anything we've maybe overlooked?
Motion.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both for putting everything together for us this morning. There being no other business to be brought before the board, could I please have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. And Joe, thanks for taking care of that.
Thank you.
Right.
We'll give our best to the three supervisors.
So we'll do that. Absolutely.
And, we'll